What's up everyone, Mr. YouTube Gamer, giving you guys a gameplay of what I think is the most underrated shooter of all time, and the name of that game is called The Mean Greens Plastic Warfare. Now I know this is a pretty unusual upload for the channel since I focus a lot on Call of Duty, Battlefield, games like that. This is really different from what I usually play. I can see a lot of my subscribers look at this gameplay like, what the fuck are you playing? You got toy soldiers and the map is a Christmas choo-choo train in someone's living room? This is nothing like Call of Duty. Why the hell are you playing this? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because this game is the most fun I've had playing a shooter in a really long time. If I was forced to choose between playing this game, Modern Warfare, or Battlefield 5, I would choose the Mean Greens every single time. This game was developed by Virtual Basement, a very small indie development studio that obviously doesn't have a fraction of the budget that these big AAA releases get, but despite that, they were able to create an experience that surpasses what we get from Activision, EA, Ubisoft, all these big AAA publishers that have hundreds of millions of dollars to spend on the development of these games. I'm not sure where that money's going. There's a reason why my channel focuses more on the older Call of Duty games rather than the new stuff they've been coming out with, because the new games are trash. And The Mean Greens is not a new game either. It came out in 2015, so it's almost a 5-year-old game, yet I'm sure most of my subscribers have never heard of it before. And I think that's a real shame, because I would honestly rank The Mean Greens as one of the greatest shooting games of all time. Definitely one of the greatest third-person shooter games that I've ever played. The game just feels so smooth. The gunplay is fantastic. It's so responsive. I love the guns. I actually like that there's no custom classes in this game, because that means everyone's on a level playing field. Now, this isn't me saying that I hate custom classes. Obviously, I love creating my own class in Call of Duty and games like that, but not having it in this, it's a nice change of pace. Because if you lose a gunfight, you can't blame it on the other player having better weapons. Everyone has the same guns. The same assault rifle, the same shotgun, same sniper rifle, the same rocket launcher. Everything is the same. So if you lost a gunfight, you lost fair and square. And I really like that. I can also appreciate that this game has no microtransactions, no loot boxes, not even for cosmetics. You buy the game, you get all the content. It's as simple as that. There is a bit of a rank progression system, but it doesn't really serve any purpose, because there's nothing that you need to unlock in this game. It's already unlocked for you. As soon as you start playing, you have access to everything. And some players may not appreciate that. They like having a purpose in the game, something to grind for, but I like how this game does not try to take itself so seriously. It's pretty much as simple as you can get, while also providing a very solid online multiplayer experience. The maps, they're fantastic. I love the maps in this game. It has 10 maps. Each of them have their own layout and their own aesthetic to them. So right now we're playing on a Christmas choo-choo train, and I like how this map was specifically built for the game mode that I'm playing, where the winning team has to have the most objectives captured before the time limit runs out. And you'll see at the end of the gameplay that something really interesting happens that you usually don't see very often, so it was pretty cool. But I love how the maps in these games were designed for specific game modes in mind. Like the game mode that I'm playing in this game, you can tell they designed the train map specifically for this game mode. And it plays really well as a result. You have other shooters like Call of Duty that just have all these maps and they have multiple game modes that you can play on each map, but you have a lot of times where a specific map plays really well in Domination, but not so much in Search and Destroy or Headquarters, you know? So there's a lot of inconsistency with how the maps play. But I love in this game how each map is tailor-made for specific game modes in mind. And that makes for a much better gameplay experience. I just love everything about this game. It's just good fun. It's very easy to get into. The gameplay is very simple. There really isn't much of a skill gap in this game, because that's not what it's all about. There's no esports scene in The Mean Greens. It's not meant to take itself so seriously. And to me, that's so refreshing, because I'm sick and tired of playing Modern Warfare, and everyone in the lobby is sweaty as hell. They're sliding with their MP5s and trying to make all these plays like they're some kind of MLG pro. It gets really irritating after a while, because I just want to have fun. I don't want to have to worry about some bullshit in-game meta, like these weapons are the best, the other weapons suck, and this has a high rate of fire, and this other weapon doesn't. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. If you're a long-time subscriber, you know how I roll. I run around Call of Duty with a grenade launcher, which is definitely not competitively viable, unless we're talking about MW2, where everyone's noob tubing, but in Modern Warfare and World War II, the noob tube is so underpowered. But I like to run around with it anyway, because I have fun doing it, and that's what it's all about. I love to have fun. I don't take things so fucking seriously. It's a video game. There's so many things in life that I can take seriously, and video games are never going to be one of them. And that's why I can have so much respect for a game like this, because it doesn't take itself so seriously. I mean, the gameplay's solid, and you could have some really fun competitive matches, but it's also not like I have to learn the game. The game is really straightforward and simple. Everyone's got the same guns, there's no kill streaks where people just raining down missiles on you and you're having a good time and then all of a sudden, boom, you die and there's really nothing you can do about it, right? And there's also no specialists either, fucking ultimate abilities, whatever the fuck. None of that shit. So if I die, I earned that death. And it's so crazy how much fun I have. I came in this game with really low expectations because it was just a really obscure indie game that most people never heard of, and I'm like, okay, I mean, this game looks cool. I remember one day I was looking at my friend's Twitch stream, and he was playing this game. I'm like, the gameplay looks really cool. I'm gonna check it out. So then I go to the Steam page and see the game only costs $5. I'm like, fuck it, $5? I really got nothing to lose, and even if it's bad, I can get a refund on Steam because that's how it is on PC. On consoles, Sony and Microsoft can tell you to go fuck yourself, you can't get a refund. But we're talking $5, so I wasn't worried about that. But I gotta tell you, I only paid $5 for this game, and I still had more fun than a lot of games that I paid full price for, that I paid $60 for. And that's something I really did not expect to happen, but it did, because the Mean Green's Plastic Warfare is that amazing. I love this game so much, and yeah, I'd go as far as to say that's one of my favorite shooters that I've ever played. And I've played a lot of shooters over the years, and if you told me a few months ago that a $5 indie shooter with plastic toy soldiers would end up becoming one of my favorite shooting games of all time, I would think you're crazy, and it sounds ridiculous, but it's so amazing, this game. So why is the player base so goddamn low? Look at these charts. Not a lot of people play this game, and I'm not sure why. The game is only $5, and it's so much fun. It's a shame that more people do not play this game. Like, the most action I've ever seen was 2 full servers, and each server only has 10 players in them. But usually what happens is you have one full server, and then you have another server that has like 1 or 2 players, and it can be really frustrating to find a match because you don't have more people playing online. You have all these dedicated servers. They have so many of them, but the player base is so low that you don't even have 2 full servers. You only have 1 full server and then 1 half full server. And what's really annoying is that you have a lot of players in Europe, so I'm connecting to a European server and my ping is a little high. It's not terrible, it's still very much playable and it's very responsive, but it can be annoying when I feel like, okay, maybe I could have won that gunfight if I wasn't playing with people from Europe. But that's not really the game's fault. It's the fact that not a lot of people are playing the game, so you only have 1 full server. But I'm telling all of you, if you haven't played this game, if you do not have it, get it. You will not regret it. I can guarantee you will have a really good time, and will be the best $5 that you've ever spent in a long time, unless you got a blowjob on the corner for $5, I don't know. But for the most part, it's the best $5 you'll ever spend. Trust me on that. I actually went as far as to go to my friends on Steam, look at people who didn't have it, and just give out random copies to people. People that I don't even know, like they're my friends on Steam, but I don't really know them. And I usually don't give out free games to random people, but I was thinking it cost $5. I bought 4 gift copies, so that means I spent about $25 on the game, which really isn't that much. And it's also 4 more people that have the game and are able to play it. I want more people to play this game. I'm actually thinking about giving out more copies of the Mean Greens because it's only $5. And it's a great way to support the developers that did a fantastic job making this game. So, add me on Steam, Mr. NewToGamer. You might find yourself with a free copy of the Mean Greens. I mean, no promises. I'm not going to give out a free copy to everybody. Like, if 20 people add me, I'm not going to give out a free copy for everyone, because that's a little bit too much money. But I'll do what I can, within reason. I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars on giving people copies, but I'll give away a few more copies. Unfortunately, the game is only playable on PC right now, but it's coming to consoles very soon from what I hear. So if you're on console, definitely look out for this game, because if you get this game, you will have a lot of fun. And don't listen to all these negative reviews that the game has. Like, why did GameSpot give it a 4 out of 10? That's just ridiculous. When a game deserves a 4 out of 10, I think of a game that is fundamentally broken and almost unplayable. Why does this game deserve such a low rating? It doesn't. So unfair. But I guess that's video game journalism for you. It's a fucking joke. But if you made it this far, I hope you decide to give this game a chance. It's definitely worth playing. It's worth the $5 or however much it costs, because it's the best fun I've had in a really long time. I'd actually say that the shooting kind of reminds me a little bit like Fortnite, because it is running on the same Unreal Engine 4, and this game, of course, came out before Fortnite, so it's just the engine, I guess. But if you like the shooting mechanics in Fortnite, you definitely like this game. I would actually say that the Mean Greens is actually a bit more smooth and responsive than Fortnite is. Obviously, there's no Battle Royale because I don't even think Battle Royale was even a thing back in 2015, but it's a good thing. We don't need Battle Royale in this shit. But yeah, the Mean Greens Plastic Warfare is an amazing third-person shooter experience that's a lot of fun to play. And look, we got a stalemate. The game was a tie. That match was really exciting and very intense. I carried my entire team, but hey, it is what it is. But buy the fucking game. It's really fun.